Hello there, this is Stellar with my second weekly Howl, and this is my kitty Mistletoe, who's my fellow reviewer and accompaniment and my lovely furry friend. I did not do a weekly Howl last week because it was too long to fit on my blog, so instead I created a YouTube account and now I'm uploading my videos through YouTube, so yay. So definitely go subscribe if you would like. I'm not going to pressure you to do so, but I'd really like the subscribers. Anyway, I'm just going to start right in. The first thing I got today is a book plate from Rita Aarons, author of The Obvious Game. My sister got a book as well as a bunch of book plates and business cards from Rita Aarons, so my lovely sister gave me this book plate. So when I get The Obvious Game, I can just stick it in there and be like, hey, I got mine signed too. So we got that, which is pretty exciting. The next thing I got is Empty by K.M. Walton. This is a contemporary challenge book. It was published in January, I think. I'm not exactly sure. One second. Yeah, January of this year, and it's about a girl named Dell who is like struggling with depression, and her father leaves and no one knows like what's up, not even her friends or anything, and it sounds really sad but also really good, so I'm excited about this one. Next I have Shadowlands by Kate Bryan, which I've heard incredible things about this and I'm so excited to read it. It's about a girl who almost gets killed by a serial killer, but she survives and he escapes. So her and her sister and her dad move to a new town. It's like a beach and it's paradise and it's awesome and it's like really sweet and super cool, but then one of their friends disappears and they think it's like the serial killer again. So it sounds really creepy and really exciting, and I'm so excited to read it. It's by Kate Bryan, which is the author, of the Private series. So that's really exciting, and it's also a contemporary challenge novel, so definitely pick that up for your challenge. Next I have Prophecy by L&O. This is a debut author challenge novel, and it's about a girl who's like the only female in the king's army, and she's a demon slayer, and she has to like get away for some reason. So it sounds really cool, and I love the cover. I love the smoky dragon on the cover. It's really cool, and it's like a Korean fantasy novel, so it has like a lot of Korean stuff in it, so that sounds really interesting and very different from a lot of the other books. Next I have The Cadet of Tildor by Alex Liddell. This looks really interesting because it actually looks like a guy's kind of book, but it's about a girl who's like a soldier and she's in the army and blah blah blah. So it sounds really cool, and she's I don't know what I was gonna say. Anyway, this sounds cool too. It's a debut author novel, so yeah, sounds pretty good. And then next I have Revolution 19. I am so excited to read this. It's by Greg Rosenblum, who is a debut author, and this is his first novel. This is about it's about Nick. Yes, Nick, who like they live in this community because they made robots to help them, but they turned on them, so now they're kind of hiding from the robots, and then his whole village disappears, so he has to go find his family, and they're like battling evil robots, and it sounds so incredibly awesome, and I'm so excited to read it because, I mean, robots, how can you say no to a book about robots? It's just awesome. Next, I have The Kill Order by James Dashner, which is number 0.5 in the Maze Runner series. It comes before the Maze Runner, so I've never read the Maze Runner series, so I'm going to be reading this soon. to get me caught up on the Maze Runner series. And then next I have my lovely sequels, most of which came out this year. I have Breaking Point by Kristen Simmons, which is number 2, and Article 5. I read Article 5 last year and I really liked it, and I love the covers to these books. So incredibly awesome and creepy, and I just can't wait to see what happens next in this series. And I love how creepy it is and how realistic it is and how it kind of feels like that could actually happen to you, but it's kind of creepy at the same time, so yeah. Next, I have Beautiful Redemption, which this is actually not a sequel. It's the last book in the Beautiful Creatures series by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. It's the 4th book, which I've read all the rest. Like, I read Beautiful Creatures like 5 years ago, when, like 3 or 5 years ago, before, when nobody knew about it, and I've been trying to get people to read it, and only now they just started because there's a movie out, so that's kind of upsetting. But yeah, I'm excited to read this because something like really big happens in the end of the 3rd book, and I really want to see what it is. But for all of you who've just started the series, I'm not going to, just for spoilers, but I need to see what happens in this one. Like, you don't even know. So, yes. Next, I have Asunder by Jodi Meadows. It's Incarnate number 2. And I'm excited to see what happens in this because, like, Heart is just super creepy. And everything about it, like, when she goes inside the building is just really creepy, and everything's just weird, and I want to see what happens with Sam and Anna, and just everything is just, I read Incarnate last year, which I think it came out last year. I'm not exactly sure, but yes, I need to read the 2nd one. And then the last thing I got this week was Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, which is number 2 in the Infernal Devices. I have not read Clockwork Angel yet. I'm going to be reading it soon, so yeah, I'm excited because so many people love the series and I've never read it, which is kind of depressing. I always meant to, but I never got around to it, so now I'm going to. So, I have a couple things to say before I go. Number 1 is that there is a review that I did last week for Falling For You, which is a 4-star review. It's by Falling For You by Lisa Schroeder. It's from the Contemporary Challenge, and it's like a contemporary, but it has some like deep stuff mixed in. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's really good, and you should definitely put that on your list for the Contemporary Challenge. And then I finished It Had To Be You by Cecily Von Ziegesar, which is Gossip Girl number 0.5 because it comes before the Gossip Girl series. It's like the Gossip Girl prequel. So I'm going to be a written review for that on Tuesday, and a video review, which is going to be my first video review, which is kind of exciting, for Thursday. And then on Wednesday I'll have my new releases, and then tomorrow I'll be doing my weekly TBR pile video, which I'm currently reading The Pledge, which is like super good so far, and I'm really excited to see what happens. So yeah, so be sure to check out my YouTube and leave links for all your guys' hauls because I definitely love to check those out. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and I better get to reading all these books and posting all those posts. So you guys have a great week. Bye.